No, 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 no,
Sparkle.
no, 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 no.
Greetings and salutations!
Indeed, hello and welcome to my mod spotlight of Dark Jago X's more mobs and ores. So what does this mod do? Now this mod basically does, very simply, adds a few new types of armor and ores, very important that, to this game. There are a few different types of armor and ores. First is alright, okay. Now alright, as you can see, adds is weaker than iron, and adds and is found relatively commonly, and as you can see here, has this rather nice, like bronze-like feeling, which actually is really good. And the textures of this pack, they actually blend very well, and I'm impressed to see like exactly how this has been done. And yeah, this is actually kind of good. This is very good actually. The texturing for that, so that's all right. Now next up is the next type of armor. This is stronger now, starting to more right. Now this type of ore and armor is basically stronger than iron. Stronger than yes, slightly stronger than iron. It also has more users. It looks like this. Basically same, just recolored into a fancy purple skinny thingy, which is kind of awesome. That was more right. So now we have Redite, which is the next. Kind of starting to think about Reddit when I heard that name, but okay. This is basically like red armor. This is kind of like it's not too creative in a name, but basically, yeah, this is red armor, and this is still stronger than iron, but of course still weaker than diamond. But that actually is broken here, which is kind of interesting. It's always like a long convention that it's always the diamond that is the strongest, but that is not the case here actually. And actually this is not even just under it, actually crystal, which is the next step, comes straight under diamond. This is crystal armor, as you can see here. Very much reminds me of the iron armor, but look at the like viewing latch or whatever, yes, visor area, which is kind of awesome, I must indeed say. Okay. Those, and on with Onyx. So now we're going above diamond, since this is actually stronger than diamond. It's rather interesting. So have you have Onyx. Now we have returned to the like Spartan-ish feeling, and it actually looks really good. I really like this type of armor. That's Onyx, and of course all these different types of armor have ores bound to them. And that even ingot themselves that can be crafted. Only to sad that you can't really create any blocks from that, but I suppose that will be added later. And then I got Mithril. Not Mithril, but Mithril. Interesting. That's basically like blue, like Spartan armor. Now we're getting really high quality armor. This is very good. Of course, there are weapons and pickaxes and all the different things that follow up with different types of armor. Now, at the very last, we have adamantium, which is basically the most rare of the rare, and is very rare, and also very valuable. And it's red and delightful. Now, also one interesting thing that is actually the sword. There's only weaponry, basically not only retexturing, but basically changing of the shape, making it into a scimitar, which is pretty interesting. I've seen that a few times before, and I really think it looks good. And this is like an elite weapon. This is extremely strong. Now, of course, it doesn't only add armor and different types of mods. Armor and different types of weapons and such. Now it also adds some different creatures. So let's take a look at those, shall we? Okay, so here we are. Now this mod adds plenty of new creatures, and it's kind of odd since not all of the different creatures had actually eggs bound to them, which is kind of weird. But hopefully that will sort it out. And there's actually some really a special type of really rare creatures as well, which can be found, but it's extremely rare. So okay, they have different creatures here, such as orc. Now this is an aggressive creature. You can see it attacks me like here, and it's very dangerous. I'm going to use my tiny sword on it. And these also have pretty high stamina, and also drop iron swords, which is really cool. Now we have, for example, rangers. We can use here, and oh, they can shoot arrows. Oh no! Yeah, they do. They don't have them both yet, so they'll probably have to be worked on. You might notice that none of the animals or mobs actually have unique sounds. This is a reptilian. Well, it saves the inconvenience of having to install audio mod, but it's kind of, well, I know, it's a bit weird, really. It feels kind of odd in some strange way, especially since this mod. Now that is one of the things I really just couldn't find an egg for. It had some dungeon mobs, such as dolls, and night mobs such as Ghost and Zombie Steve, seemingly, and now those are a bit sad if you can't hear coming. I know I very much rely on having good stereo headphones whenever I'm in dungeon and digging out things, so I'll probably fix that, since it's a very good mod as far as I can tell. And yeah, samurais are, yeah, they're samurais. You can see here they pack a fair punch. Now, there are three groups of creatures in this mod. We have the we have the aggressive mobs, we have the neutral mobs, and we have the boss mobs, which are basically very strong mobs. Now, here we're gonna have a little bit Skyrim inspired, which I already kind of hinted at, kind of had the hint of. But here we have a spawn entity.drovikin.name, which probably means Drovikin, so I'm gonna try to spawn him here. Oh, he actually makes a noise. Okay, that's a zombie. I suppose he had drunk a bit much Mountain Dew, the fat guy was controlling him, but like really, I didn't know he had that bad speech. Anyways, so, okay, that's a Drovikin. That's kind of interesting. They actually used zombie noises. That's okay. They can fully reuse noise voices if they don't have any X's. Okay, Elf. Now this is one of the neutral mobs. You can just dunk into him. Hello, Link. Hello. Yes. Oh, come on. He's wearing a red hoodie thing, and come on. Yes, has to be Link. There's no way out of it. Okay, that's. And they attack if you. They do retaliate though if you attack them. Now you're gonna spawn. And God, this is also one of the. Yeah, you can really see the Skyrim inspiration. But I'm not saying that's a bad thing though. But basically, yeah, here we can. These seem to be a bit more vigorous. Here we have one of the stronger enemies. This is a diamond samurai, so hopefully this will be fun. Yeah, as you can see, the speed has been upped substantially, and it is actually very strong. But with my extremely rare and expensive armor, I actually was able to hold it off pretty well. But as you can see here, like, it drops 2 diamonds. Diamonds are not a normal drop, as you can see. And I actually haven't even lost any life yet, which is kind of weird. So not weird, but like proves how good this armor actually is. Now here we have Crusaders. These are also a neutral mob. Need to be ready quick, much like the Diamond Samurai. Anyways, we can take a look at Astron Karis. This is one of the bosses, and he's very aggressive. Yep, he is. Now we're gonna jump off so we can get some crits on him. Yeah, there we go. He was very vigorous. So okay, that's basically what there were eggs for. Now there are several more mobs, and I really can't go into detail. Just go out find them. There's an awful lot of more mobs out there. I think it's like I got to show 60 to 70% of them. There's a few more. Like, for example, the Dark Knight, which is very rare. He has a ultra low spawn rate, and it's very little information given about him, and it's not a picture, which is kind of interesting. Like, I think he is there, but like it would be, it kind of gives the player initiative to explore. Like, that's a very good hint, basically. But so, anyways, this has been me taking a spotlight of Dark Diego X's more mobs and ores. And the link to the forum thread will be in the description, and yeah. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.